Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. Big shout out to Danny, formerly known as Lifting Vegan Logic, for sending me a clip of this now long deleted video. Angie saw Danny's reaction to this guy, Andre Sprechel. Even though he doesn't have a doctorate degree, he calls himself a physiologist and neuroscientist helping professionals extinguish brain fog? Brain fog, really? I mean, I've heard from certain anti-vegans that only vegans experience brain fog, so I guess meat-eating professionals experience it as well. Who knew? But the reason why I'm responding to his video is that he says going vegan, or at least eating a vegan diet, he doesn't seem to understand the difference, as we'll see, leads to a lower quality of life. And you'll see his reasons are just so silly, absurd, and just wrong that I'm sure he got a reaction from all sorts of people, and that's why his video, as of today, was taken down from all his social media platforms, like completely gone, and that's why I had to reach out to Danny. Anyway, let's jump right in.
If I go vegan, my quality of life goes down significantly. I can't go spearfishing anymore.
There's so much wrong with that one little statement there. I don't even know where to start, but I think we can start by defining what veganism is. Like I said, he seems to think it just means eating plants. No, it has to do with ethics. It has to do with being against animal cruelty and exploitation, actually doing something about it, like not participating in those things. My point is, if you are vegan, you don't want to go out and start killing animals in nature. You can go out into the ocean and do 100 billion other things like surf and jet ski and play in the sand and cruise around on a boat or whatever. You know, you don't have to kill animals to experience the beauty of nature in the ocean. So basically what Bro is not understanding is there's nothing wrong with veganism. There's something wrong with his interests, with his passions in life, and maybe he needs to rethink them and live in a way where he doesn't have to go out and kill innocent sentient beings to get his jollies.
I can't get together with my dad and grill on the weekends.
Oh man, I can't believe a guy that's claiming to be a neuroscientist or whatever can be this stupid or intentionally deceptive. I'm not sure which, maybe a little bit of both, but he's making it sound like, yeah, if I'm vegan, not only can I go spearfishing, I can't go hang out with my family. It's going to drive a wedge between me and my family because my family always gets together and grills meat on the barbecue grill or whatever. You are aware, Mr. Neuroscientist brain fog dude, that you can put vegetables on the grill and grill them and still hang out with your family. Unless you have a really weird family that won't allow veggies on the grill, and I really doubt that.
I had to start supplementing with choline, creatine, B vitamins.
Wait, you said you had to start supplementing, but a minute ago you said you could never go vegan because of all these horrible reasons. So which is it? But anyway, let's look at one of these at a time. Like choline, it's pretty well accepted that a properly planned vegan diet can provide adequate choline, and there's no evidence that plant-based diets are inherently deficient in choline. Furthermore, some very non-vegan biased sources of information, like say the National Institutes of Health, have a page on choline, and they say cruciferous vegetables and certain beans are also rich in choline, and other dietary sources of choline include nuts, seeds, and whole grains. I've been vegan now for over 14 years, and I don't think I've ever taken a supplement that had choline in it, and I'm still doing fine. I'm not brain fogged or whatever is supposed to happen if you're choline deficient. Why? Because I eat a healthy, sensible, balanced vegan diet.
I had to start supplementing with choline, creatine.
I don't get this. So the moment he supposedly went vegan, he had to instantly start supplementing with creatine? Like, why? It's not an essential nutrient. Vegans don't need to supplement with creatine. However, if you're a gym rat, as I guess you are, yeah, just join your other fellow gym rats and take more creatine if that pleases you. But this has nothing to do with being vegan.
Choline, creatine, B vitamins.
Again, it's not like the moment you go vegan, you're going to become B12 deficient. I mean, I went like 5 or 6 years as a vegan. My first 5-6 years, never took any B12 supplements, and I did that responsibly. I was getting my blood checked, and my B12 levels were still pretty strong after that time. I ended up started taking a supplement after 5-6 years because why not? Just be a good example. Right, I'm going to do a quick little demonstration here, and if you have any young ones, you might want to get them away. This is going to be pretty horrific. Here's how my life quality goes down. Do that a couple times a week, handled. And what I just did there, most Americans should be doing that anyway, because around 40% of Americans, meat-eating Americans, are either low or dangerously low in their B12 levels. So just take a supplement.
In order to hit my protein goals, I have to get heavy metal-laced, plant-based protein.
Really? You're saying every last single vegan source of protein supplement. They're all heavy metal laced or high in heavy metals. That's an extraordinary claim, and extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. So I'd like to see some more evidence rather than just trust you, because everything else you've said so far is complete shit.
And if you look at the Delphi study on happiness, they found that the least highly correlated factor with overall quality of life and happiness was being vegan.
All right, he said some pretty effed up stuff so far, and this one takes the cake. He talks about this Delphi study, like it's some famous singular study that happened once somewhere. No, Delphi is a type of study. It's a category of study, particularly one that gathers expert opinions and reaching a consensus on a topic based on the opinions of some experts. So yeah, it's not like some kind of clinical trial or field study. No, it's just a questionnaire given to a select group of experts in a field.
They found that the least highly correlated factor with overall quality of life and happiness was being vegan.
So now that we know what a Delphi study is, we can see what he's saying here already is complete shit, and it gets even worse, but it was not a correlational study. There was no correlate between being vegan and being unhappy. We'll see what they said about veganism in a second. I just want to clear it up. He's already wrong. So what our self-proclaimed neuroscientist boy is referring to here is this article, Ways to Greater Happiness, a Delphi Study. And here are the list of experts in the field of happiness. And you can see it's a pretty small list, less than 20 people. And here what these experts said are things that people can do to make their lives more satisfying. And the top ones are things like connect with people, have social bonds, seek meaning in life, be active, mind your health. So let's see what they actually said about vegan diets or people who eat plants in this Delphi study. So according to the particular experts that participated in this particular Delphi study, they found that people who implemented strategies to create, like, say, an unconventional lifestyle, those were some of the least successful things a person could do to bring about happiness. Things like decluttering, eliminating screens in your house, designating a flow room, creating a meditation space, and becoming vegan. They said one of the reasons for the low scores is probably that there is little research on these matters, and probably for that reason, several experts skip these optional questions. Using the same reasoning that neuroscience bro said, he could have just as well said, hey, according to the Delphi study, they found that creating a meditation space or decluttering your house correlates the worst with being a happy person. But no, he had to pick on vegans. And furthermore, I want to clarify that the study didn't say that if you go vegan or create a meditation space that you will be unhappy. It just said that those were not the most successful strategies in creating happiness for yourself. If we're trying to determine the happiness of vegans by using a questionnaire, why ask just like 17 or 18 people, and none of them most likely vegan, by the way? Why not ask like 11,000 plus people, as this study did? The Eat Green Be Happy study found that the average happiness rating was higher amongst vegans and vegetarians compared to meat eaters. Not saying this is a perfect, awesome study, but he could have picked that one, but no, that didn't suit his narrative. He had to pick his Delphi study, which didn't even study vegans.
I'm not some random guy on social media dunking on vegans. I'm an exercise physiologist and neuroscientist with a background in nutrition who studies the human body for a living.
I don't know, I'm not buying it, bro. Looking at your Instagram, you just seem like every other dime a dozen, look at me, 20-something shirtless influencer type dude. In fact, our neuroscientist expert also seems to think he's a longevity expert, which has always been a pet peeve of mine ever since we started our channel back in 2014. Seeing people who are teenagers or just a little bit past that claim to have some kind of expert experience and wisdom about longevity. I looked him up on LinkedIn. Turns out he graduated from high school in 2016, which would make him about 25 or 26 years old right now. Yeah, you've lived a long life there, man. From this day forward, I will learn all my longevity information and tips from this 25-year-old. Well, I'm 57 and a half years old, and I haven't listened to one lick of advice from this dude, but I still have managed to do pretty well getting to 57 and a half. I'm on no medications. I'm not overweight or obese. I have very great blood tests, blood labs, and I'll put a link to my blood labs playlist for y'all to check out. Very athletic. I'll show you my slam dunk video here. I'll put a link to that. And I'm also really high in testosterone levels. I have the levels of someone about 29, 30 years old.
For some of you, this may be an uncomfortable truth, but the downsides of this lifestyle are significant.
Yeah, he's right there. Significant downsides. Like, yeah, you can't go into the ocean and start killing and stabbing innocent sentient beings, then take those dead bodies and carcasses over to your dad's house on the weekend and grill them on the barbecue. Yeah, significant downsides indeed.
This is an objective fact, not a subjective opinion, independent from religious beliefs.
What? Veganism has nothing to do with religious beliefs.
But if you'd like to argue with me, my comment section is open.
Nope, your comment sections are nowhere because he went and removed all forms of this video. I couldn't find it. We looked on TikTok, we looked on Instagram, looked on YouTube, completely gone. So I guess people did come and comment with you in your comment section. And I guess it didn't go all that well because even for non-vegans, it's really easy to see. This is plain and clear to anyone that it just is completely full of shit. It's not evidence-based. It's purely opinion-based, spouting misinformation to make people more fearful of trying a vegan or plant-based diet. And I'm glad you got called out. And if you're watching Neuroscience, bro, you're like the 300th person I responded to that made a video pretty much exactly like this. And just tell me why. Why do people keep on spreading misinformation about vegan diets, about plant-based diets? All it takes is a little research, talk to someone knowledgeable, instead of just making a bunch of crap up and falling flat on your face and wasting everyone's time. But I guess I get a little bit out of it because I get to make these response videos and I actually enjoy doing it. Maybe I'm a little sadistic. Anyway, if you thought everything that Neuroscientist bro said here is correct, and I fear for you if you think that way, please come to my Friday live streams, 6 p.m. Standard Time, and we can have a conversation as long as you're civil. So thanks for watching, guys. And remember next time, or until Friday, doesn't suck being vegan. See you guys.